Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We had a great last week, so do me a favor, hit subscribe, watch, comment. I want your comments and share with your friends because trust me, nothing is slowing down. I mean, just this morning, only moments ago, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense said that Ukraine cannot be a part of NATO and that the United States will no longer prioritize EU and Ukrainian security. Yeah, you're hearing me right? Ukraine cannot be a part of NATO. Why not? And that the United States is no longer going to prioritize EU and Ukrainian security. I mean, literally, the Trump administration wants to focus, as according to Pete Hegseth, on our own borders instead. I mean, I want to show you a clip of Hegseth speaking before a meeting of Ukraine Defense Contact Group. You can't make this stuff up. Play the clip.
The United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement. Instead, any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops. If these troops are deployed as peacekeepers to Ukraine at any point, they should be deployed as part of a non-NATO mission, and they should not be covered under Article 5. There also must be robust international oversight of the line of contact. To be clear, as part of any security guarantee, there will not be U.S. troops deployed to Ukraine.
Wow. Talk about following Trump's direct order. And now I just want to read to you some more from Pete Hegseth's speech. In it, he turns around and he says, "We want, like you, a sovereign and prosperous Ukraine," Hegseth said in a speech during a trip to NATO's headquarters in Brussels. "But we must start by recognizing that returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective." I mean, sure, unless you're Ukrainian, right? Chasing this illusory goal will only prolong the war and cause more suffering, he told a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, at which Western allies discuss Russia's ongoing invasion. "We will only end this devastating war and establish a durable peace by coupling Allied strength with a realistic assessment of the battlefield." Hegseth's remarks put meat on the bone of Trump's radical departure from former President Joe Biden's policies. Whereas Biden focused on all-out Ukrainian victory, Trump says he wants to end the war as quickly as possible. I mean, talk about a difference in policy. Now, look, let me be clear about something. President Trump has every single right to determine his own foreign policy. But what are you saying here? You're turning around and saying that the United States will not assist. We're not going to put troops on the ground. They can't be part of NATO. So basically what you're doing is you're telling Ukraine, good luck. So what does this actually mean for Ukraine? Now, don't know. But to add to the confusion of where Trump's loyalty lies in this war, yesterday, Marc Fogel is the American teacher who was just released from Russia. He went to the White House and he spoke with President Trump. And during that meeting, Trump was asked about sending aid to Ukraine. Here's what POTUS said. Play the clip.
These people are very ill. They were treated really badly.
Mr. President, your predecessor left you almost $4 billion in unused aid for Ukraine, to Ukraine. Are you going to use those money? Are you going to send
see, but my predecessor
to Ukraine?
Should have had this gentleman out a long time ago. You know, we did it in 2.5 weeks. He had 4 years to do it. He should have had Mark out a lot earlier. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It was very...
Should have never had the war to start off with. Should have never had, that war would have never happened to Vice President, but he should have had him back 3.5 years ago. So it was too bad, but he didn't do it, but we did it. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to disagree with Trump on that. No country should ever take an American, especially especially illegally, which is exactly what Putin did here. Trump has also continued to refuse to confirm or deny if he has even spoken with Putin. Play that clip.
Yes.
President, did you speak directly to President Putin about?
Well, I don't want to say that. I just want to say that I appreciate very much what they did in letting Mark go home. And I appreciate Steve Witkoff, the job he did, and Marco behind the scenes was unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm so confused here because if you remember over the weekend, Trump was asked the exact same question during his presser on the airplane on Air Force One. Remember this? Play the clip.
Sir, can you tell us about your conversation with Vladimir Putin?
I don't want to do that now. We're trying to end that war. It's a war that would have never happened if I were president. It would have never happened. But we're making progress, but I can't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not the only place that Trump has acknowledged or at least stated that he has spoken with Putin. In fact, I remember I was watching television and I'm trying to find that clip, but where he said he's spoken to him more than once, but didn't want to confirm again or deny it. Well, which one is it? And why the lack of transparency? If you spoke to Putin and as a direct result of that phone call, you were successful in having Marc Fogel released, why not? Why not take the pat on the back, take the bow along with Putin that the two of you can actually work together? Because trust me, Putin, Russia, Iran, right? China, they're not interested in America's success, not one bit. And then finally, I want to show you a clip of Trump being asked about the details of the deal, right? In the past, presidents have actually explained the rules of the deal, but not Trump. He feels he doesn't need to. Again, what's with the lack of transparency? Play the clip.
What were the terms of this deal, Mr. President?
Very fair, very, very fair, very reasonable. Not like deals you've seen over the years. They were very fair. And I think that's going to lead, and somebody else is being released tomorrow that you will know of. But we wanted to get this done, very important. And Steve wanted to actually fly over and get Mark and get him home properly because it could be a pretty tough trip.
Yeah. Again, if the terms of the deal are so good, if they are favorable to America's interest, I know Trump better than anybody. And I think after as many years as you have seen him front and center, whether it was during his first presidency or what we've seen over the course of the last 3 weeks, if they were as favorable as he says, he would be the first one to put it out there, the first one to make the deal known, to show you what a great deal maker he is. I do truly have an issue with the lack of transparency, despite the fact that you have Trump and Musk and everybody else talking about how transparent this administration is compared to the Biden administration or other administrations. Simply stating that they put it out there on X or Truth Social or other forms of social media apps. That to me is not transparency. You ask the president a direct question about a deal when you have Marc Fogel, an American who was held for 4 years by Russia, draped in an American flag, talking about a release, only to just accept the fact that it was a great deal. That's it, just a great deal. I'm confused, and I'm sure you are too, which is why I keep saying, make sure that you subscribe, watch, comment. Your comments are needed, and share with your friends. Because this chaos, again, it's just not stopping. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.